Hello everybody on YouTube, and welcome back to the Learn Dota 2 League Season 16, Week 3. Today, Team Roxyroro, Team Dusty, going at it again. This time we're starting out with the Broodmother ban. We are anxiously awaiting Pudge. Menusa getting banned out.
Dire team back.
And they're getting rid of the Visage too, which is interesting. I will be very mean and say I don't know exactly how much it felt like Visage was contributing to that game. Didn't see that many super cool stuns. We didn't see that many super cool plays. Did feel like, not to say that it didn't do anything. Like, you know, Dusty was obviously doing a competent job. It's just like, it did not seem like that was where the win was coming from. At least not to me. What do you think?
Dire team pick.
It was good. He got a lot of kills.
Yeah, he did get a bunch of kills. It is easy to get kills on Visage. He did get a bunch of kills. It was like,
Ah, there we go.
Yep. Anxiously waiting the Pudge. Pudge has been found. I don't like Spirit Breaker into Pudge. I don't like anybody who can just kind of interrupt your charge, and this guy is really good at doing that. It is very easy to get yoinked before you do anything, which is not good. Not like it's game-breaking for Spirit Breaker, but like there's definitely going to be at least a couple of occasions where that just blue balls him for kills.
Radiant team pick.
Running the Jakiro back. They figured it went well last time, why not run it again? They did not want to let the Undying fall into Black Otter's hands. So they knocked that one out this time.
10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
See if Adam picks himself 8 again.
Honestly, I think it was a good idea. I think the reason that they lost was for other reasons, but I think Adam picking himself at 8 in situations like this is not the worst idea in the world. Like, I don't know. Like, is there another thing Adam picks in that game that, like, wins them out? I don't know. They're going to say Drought Ranger time this time. Drought Ranger coming out. They're going to ban Timbersaw, who is complete dog water into both of these heroes, so I don't know why they did that.
Radiant team back.
Ember Spirit going out. They see Adam did not pick this early this time, and they're immediately going to bring it down around him.
Seconds remaining. Dire team back.
Bloodseeker KO'd. Last time the Dusty team was running the Bloodseeker, this time they're not going to be running into it. Windrunner knocked out. Not terribly surprising. Definitely not something you want to be playing into if the other guy knows how to do it. Skywrath Mage knocked out, clearly aimed directly at Maniac. Bloodseeker definitely
10 seconds remaining.
A stronger ban in this lineup than the Timbersaw.
5 seconds remaining. Dire team pick.
Void Spirit ban as well. Like I said, just going all in on Dusty here. Not Dusty, going all in on Adam here on Dusty's part.
5 seconds remaining. Radiant team pick.
Grimstroke.
Gonna be running back the Grimstroke on the Dusty lineup. Oh, wait, no, it was the opposite way. The Adam banned the Bloodseeker out for Maniac there, so it was not them banning what they used successfully last time, it was banning what the enemy team used successfully last time. Not like that's that big of a deal. The most important thing is, Bloodseeker, not here. You will no longer have that menacing double rupture to constantly be thinking about. I think maybe had an understated role in that last game, the psychological impact of the Grimstroke ult. Nobody wanted to get double ruptured. Nobody ever wants to get double ruptured, and I think there was definitely some retreating that was done unnecessarily in that game, and some weird positioning that came out in the way, just in the light of not getting punished by that, not getting hit by the double rupture. Which, I mean, you know, you can't blame them for it. But it's something I've always talked about in terms of drafting, and it's something that Dusty has definitely picked up on sometimes. Darkseer coming out here.
Okay, interesting.
Well, I guess they heard about the unorthodox pause 3 things because they've decided to pick who is maybe the best conventional pause 3 in this entire patch. I think the only heroes that have a higher win rate in the offlane are Windrunner and LC. Bringing out a Storm Spirit as well, which is interesting.
Radiant team back.
Anti-mage.
And unsurprisingly, when the Storm Spirit gets picked, Anti-Mage gets picked as well. It was actually a pretty good Anti-Mage game, I think. The only thing that kind of messes him up is the Spirit Breaker. And he can get messed up by the Darkseer if things go poorly for him, but I generally think I like him in a Drow, I think I like him in a Storm Spirit, obviously. What do you think, Randy?
Yeah.
10 seconds remaining.
It's a decent anti-mage game. I'm not
5 seconds remaining.
really crazy about it into Darkseer, but I guess we'll see.
Yeah, the thing I was saying, it's like, the Darkseer can be pretty bad for him, but it's like, if the Darkseer has to be bad for him in a way that has to be, like, set up pretty well, has to be orchestrated, basically. And the Darkseer certainly can orchestrate that, though it's, it is most certainly a scenario where some degree of, like, you know, they have to make that happen. And it's not just gonna suddenly pop out of a box. They have to make that happen. That's not gonna be every single team fight. You're not gonna get the awesome wall anti-mage. You know, you're not gonna get him vacuumed every single fight, you know.
10 seconds remaining.
But what's gonna happen every single fight, on the other hand, is he is going to be able to, like, blow up the Storm Spirit in probably every fight. He is going to be able to close on the Drow for at least a few seconds in about every fight. He is going to be able to jump on whoever Pudge hooks, basically whenever Pudge does hook somebody, if he so chooses to do so. He's got a lot of options here. Darkseer can definitely be a hamper, but it's going to be way harder for Darkseer to get in the way of that than it is for Anti-Mage to just do things. Now, execution has been a good factor for DVD this season, on the other hand. You know, like I said, we've seen a lot of these games where it's like, DVD is on these picks that look pretty bad at the outset, and this is not a bad pick for the record. DVD is on these picks that look kind of bad from the outset, but you get into the actual game, the execution factor there is really good. You can tell he's definitely looking at Pause 3 from a very psychological perspective in that capacity. You know, he's looking at things less in terms of what is good, what counters what, and more in terms of how can I make this work, which is nice. Very realpolitik way of looking at the season. So, certainly a good possibility. LC comes up, oof.
Legion
Yeah,
commander.
yeah,
Oh, boy.
yeah. I mean, that's gonna
Is
have
that
kind of a rough
pretty
lane into
godly
Storm.
LC.
It's gonna have a rough lane into Storm, but I like it in every other capacity. You've got lots of things to do in the duels. You can even do a double duel if you really want to do that. You have lots of things to do in the duels. You have the Macropire to drop on them. Anti-Mage should just kind of blink on them and just insta-win. You know, Pudge can dismember in the duel if he wants, or just fart on it. lots of damage that you can stick on top of duels, and lots of heroes on the other team who don't really like the prospect of that idea so much. I do believe wall illusions do not inherit dual damage from LC. I could be wrong about that.
I don't know.
You'll have to see that interaction in the game. But yeah, this looks like a really good LC game. The only issue is lane. You're gonna be, again, last time Maniac did do pretty good in the lane, but this time it's like, I don't really like LC into Storm Spirit. I feel like Storm Spirit is just gonna be in a lot of control in that lane. Till level 6 when he has more than enough freedom to just leave. Or potentially actually get you if you're not in a good spot to duel him. And, you know, he's the underdog. It's like a super mid player in this matchup could probably do okay. I'm a little worried about Maniac. Maniac is not a super mid player. He is relatively, I don't want to say like new to this lane. That's probably not the right word, but the experience edge is drastically against him. Drastically out of his favor here. Right in Adam's corner. Okay, we're paused. That's why this has been so awkward.
But is Adam a Grandmaster Sorcerer?
No, I don't believe so. So he's got that. I'll also say this, speaking of godly, it does feel like the old Lincoln Sphere is really, it's going to be super necessary for Storm Spirit in this game. It's going to make him so much harder to kill if he gets one. It's like everything that you could possibly use to get rid of Lincoln Sphere on that team is something that Cat threw up. What can you do? Everything that you could possibly do to get rid of Lincoln Sphere on the enemy team is also something that you would be able to use to catch Storm Spirit. Though they do have the Ice Path at least, so there's that. You know, that does not care about your Lincolns, but it's like, what have you got? You've got the Grimstroke, Silence, and Ult that can pop Lincolns, and spoilers, you don't want to pop Lincolns with your Ult. The LC Duel, you don't want to pop Lincolns with that. Anti-Mage Ult, you don't want to pop Lincolns with that. Dismember, you don't want to pop Lincolns with that, you know? Now, you can help that out a lot by just picking up like an early Force Staff or something on the support line to just get rid of it, but still.
30 seconds to battle.
Interesting ult chat going on in this game, I must say. Blackadder caught? No? Blackadder not caught here. Roxyroro is gonna say Roxy. No, no, oh, never mind. Blackadder dead.
Bendy in my game or what?
Yeah, I mean, it's the Vex Pudge. What are you gonna do? 2 for 2 on the runes, and first blood for Dire. Obviously, is going to put it in their corner at the start. This time, Dusty is going to have the advantage of having a real pause one. Let's do the rest of the roll call for the Roxyroro team, so we didn't get to do that the first time. Oh wait, no, I definitely called Adam. Who did I not call? I know I didn't call Diva D, who's on the Darkseer this game, pause 3. Peaches, who's on the Hoodwink, pause 4. It's going to be a pretty nasty lane comp. Might be a little lessened against a guy with a blink and a guy who has ranged, but at the very least, it's going to be a very annoying lane comp right here. And finally, Black Otter on the Spirit Breaker. So there, now we've got everybody, everybody has been identified, everybody's role has been called, everything is good in the world.
To me!
Oh no, I closed it.
God damn it.
Guess I'll unclose it.
Huzzah!
Kid Dynamite says Drow's gonna get fucked this game. Yeah, that's definitely the likely outcome here. I just
It's like
no
a
matter
really
what happens,
terrible
yeah.
draw game.
It's very interesting. They banned out a lot of guys I feel like Drow is really good into, and they left a lot of guys that
Oh,
Drow is really
okay.
bad into. What's going on here? Pages.
Yeah, but
Pages.
draw getting hooked.
Oh, Drow getting hooked. Okay.
Yeah.
Adam is
Oh,
helpfully
Vex.
informing Maniac of how his skills work. Okay.
Vex is gonna die for that. Interesting. Oh,
Gonna be a double
for
kill.
Roxy.
Alright.
Easy game. Easy
Starting
game.
out strong. To think I was looking at this.
Who said it was a bad draw game?
Kid Dynamite. And you.
I mean, yeah, it's true, but you know.
So kills in very quick succession here for the Roxyroro lineup, trying to get a little revenge of the first game. But even with that being done, yeah, it's definitely like. Sorry to say to Roxy, again, it's gonna sound like I'm being mean to this guy, but I just want to qualify this. This guy is not a Pos 1 player. He's really not played, excuse me, much of this role before this season. He ended up here because of the team he ended up with, and everybody kind of ended up with weird teams because of the auction draft, right? So when I say not the most ideal situation for Roxyroro, it really is just as simple as, you know, this is just the world he lives in, right? I don't think it's a fair expectation to say that Roxyroro, like, oh, he should be doing a lot better. No, he probably shouldn't. This is definitely fine for the situation he's in. And he is getting better. He is learning Dota 2 League, so everything is good in the world. Vex, once again, getting hammered over here. And he's dead again. Alright.
Okay.
Well, that's good. I mean, this is a terrible Drow game, but if 17% chance. If she just completely rolls all over this lane, it could not necessarily matter. Certainly, though,
I think it still matter, honestly. I don't think this hero's powerful enough to like outgrow bad matchups.
Dire's middle tower.
that's true, but it is notable that the lane has not necessarily been favoring anti-mage either, though this could very easily turn around. DVD has gone a little far trying to get Bliss. Puts some money back into Dusty's pocket, and then DVD gets tipped.
Gets carved up and then tipped. That's rough.
Double tipped.
Oh no.
Dire's middle tower.
And, okay, Blackouter's actually going to come from an odd angle here to get Maniac on a retreat. A little bit awkward, but hey, at least we've got every kill so far except that one. Okay, Roxyroro, this is not looking great. Just going to get far clouded to death. Yeah, that's very awkward. I think we've just determined one thing for sure. At least Black Otter gets the kill in response. We've determined one thing for sure. It's that Black Otter cannot really effectively leave lane in this game. If he leaves lane, if he tries to gank somewhere else, Drow just kind of dies instantly. That is not what you want as a Drow Ranger, not in a game where it's already going to be hard enough for you.
Spirit Breaker is level 4. Legion Commander is also level 4. Just pointing that out.
Yeah, LC is having a terrible time of it at mid, kind of matching the current prediction. Adam walking all over him. The thing I was going to say earlier, but I kept getting interrupted because things kept happening, is DVD and Adam, I think that this is the kind of patch where Pos 2 and 3 can kind of win a game independently from what the Pos 1 is doing. Now the Pos 1 has to like exist, the Pos 1 has to not be so far gone that they're like, you know, 1 in a million or whatever, but you know, Diva and Adam can definitely give their team a good viable path to victory during their peaks. And outside of the particular Mana Void versus Storm Spirit interaction, it is certainly not a bad Storm Spirit game, and nothing makes this look like a bad Darkseer game. Not like there are many of those anyway.
Are fortified.
Yeah. Bliss.
Just got vacuumed into a bunch of creeps and then beat up. DVD gets finally gets that kill he's been looking for a while. Though notably he is kind of sinking now the last hit start trying to get this done. And Dusty is going nowhere but up.
Not gonna counter tip. I guess he's out of tips. Unfortunate.
Oh no, bro.
Just got hooked.
Oh, great response though.
Nice.
Super good response. Adam just immediately comes in and puts this to bed.
Okay.
You were too noisy to live.
Another kill for Roxy, who determines that Pudge was just too noisy to live, and that's true. Every time he hooks, it makes a funny little music track play, so he is pretty noisy. Barrel Rider is calling out their need to leave lane. Diva D is in fact dead.
Artist here. Bash. Oh. Doesn't matter.
Paige is explaining calmly that she will not be assisting in this endeavor. She'll instead be making a small stack in this camp. It's going to be a little hard for Drow to take for a while, but it's going to be fine. I'm a little worried about the fact that AT Mage is going to definitely be able to viably take that stack well before Drow is, but let's not think about that yet.
Yeah, I mean, it's not like a crazy battlefield timing we're looking at. It's like 14 minutes.
Yeah, I guess that's true. He is a little behind on his Battle Fury.
Okay.
Great use of the, again, Barrel Rider coming out here very strong with some of these Grimstroke plays. That could have been just really bad. That looked like an easy double kill, and he just put it to bed with one ink swell.
Ice Path was also insane.
Also good, yep. Should somebody tell Maniac that you can also use skills during duels? No. Somebody tell Barrel Rider that he's dead.
Unfortunately.
In fairness, I think he has a pretty good chance of figuring that out. Let's look at the net worth charts here. Right now, pretty much linearly in favor of the Roxyroro lineup. Linearly in favor of the Radiant. Yeah, it now is literally linearly in favor of the Radiant. The only person behind their dire counterpart being the Hoodwink. Once again, Vex trying to go for the Roxyroro, trying to go for the Drow here, and once again, Adam coming in from behind just to ruin it. Vex tries to leave. Blackouter shows him the way out he's actually taking, and the Fat Man does not get to TP for 70 seconds. Or, in other words, for, let's see, about 50 seconds after he spawns in. Good go there by
Nice.
Pages. Good counter retaliation there. That could have turned really ugly really fast. Pages did not even think about hesitating there. Two ships past the night.
You blew it.
You know, if you think about it, thinking about hesitating, that's a very delayed process. It's the 3000 ping brain decision there.
Should I hesitate or not? I'm not sure.
Gotta mull that one over. Paige is just bullying poor Dusty. Okay, he's about to get a hell of a lot more than bullied. Brave go here on Storm Spirit's part. Jumps right on him with no mana, still actually gets the kill before ATMage is able to do anything. Blitz has a Macrophire in the middle of this road. Good vacuum, good wall. It's still looking pretty unlikely for Blitz to die. Actually, Spirit Breaker's going to go down instead.
Okay, awkward.
I think that could have been really good if Storm Spirit had not run out of MP already. And maybe that's a comm line issue. I think maybe the play there is once you don't immediately get the Jakiro to say, stop, enough of this. This Jakiro so far has been inviting a lot of undue attention, I must say. So far this game, there have been a few team fights where somebody attempted to, or not team fights, but a few scenarios where somebody tried to go deep and get rid of him and ended up dead. Charge in on LC here.
Yeah. Nice.
Both supports on Team Roxy trying to go for it. An awkwardly timed bash. Awkwardly timed bash knocks, okay, what? Barrel Rider just randomly dies here? What the hell is that? Did he just, huh? I wish I saw that. Anyway, awkwardly timed bash actually knocks LC out of the Hoodwink stun here.
It's not a 14-minute battlefield, it's actually later. Unfortunate.
Kid Dynamite says no offense to Maniac, this mid should not be going this badly. I mean, it is no offense. This guy's not a mid player. He's not even like kind of a player. This guy's not even like a core player for the most part.
What do you mean, Grandmaster Storm Spirit? Come on.
Yeah, he's Grandmaster Pos 4 Storm Spirit.
Is he?
Dire's middle tower
I,
is under
legitimately,
Oh,
yes, I'm
oh.
pretty sure.
Maybe. Okay.
are fortified.
Thought I was the only person who played Pus 4 Storms here.
Ravi's name in the Discord server is Storm 4 Picker.
Well,
The
there you go.
anti-mage getting bullied by the Spirit Breaker here, though nothing more than bullying going on. Also, didn't even know about like the changes to LC when this pick was made, so that does not help things. Like, it just
Invisibility.
did not.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Reality was not going to work in Maniac's favor, and if nothing else, doing a little better than Vex and the not worth trying. Never mind. Vex got 2 last hits. It's over.
Walking bottom and there's nobody here though.
Dire's top
Accidentally
tower
just
has
revealed
fallen.
himself to Spirit Breaker
Radiant's
with the
bottom
courier,
tower
but
is
there's
under
a
attack.
sentry there.
Dire's middle tower is under attack. Dire's middle tower.
So
has
far,
fallen.
Legion Commander at a cool 0 duels, 12 minutes.
Radiant's
Pause
bottom
one,
tower
or
has
T1
fallen.
bot for Radiant going down. Anti-mage getting chased around in the GG jungle by the Darkseer.
Getting murdered by Darkseer.
Yeah, he's dead.
He's getting his own mana stolen. Oh my god. Realistically, he probably could have blinked there, but I don't know. Maybe
More
it was
than
on
likely.
cooldown.
Yeah, it's probably cooldown. He only has level 1 blink, so it's a very long CD right now.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Nice little triple gust by Roxy there to stave off a bunch of guys running at him.
So far, the execution factor definitely seems to be firmly in the Roxy team's court this game. Seems like, compared to last time, where, you know, it was all just kind of coming out for Dusty's team. Everything was just going as well as it possibly could have. Even with the deficiencies in their draft, it does feel like the execution factor so far has definitively been in this this team's favor. And, you know, they're being rewarded for it by a 3K net worth lead. And really, it's kind of disingenuous.
Good play.
Yep. Spearbreaker starts on the LC mid.
Don't duel in the macro. Okay. That's a good duel.
No, it ain't.
Oh.
Darkseer wins.
It would have been a good duel if anybody had damage. Trust me.
Yeah, that's a little nasty. Vex is now just the last man alive. He gets to die too. Darkseer getting KO'd there was a very good job. It was very nice to
What
see him
happened?
die, but
Why are people not hitting the guys being dueled? They're preoccupied with getting
Yeah.
hit by other people. I'm not sure.
yeah, that was a very tough fight for this lineup to take. And I don't think anybody necessarily has like expected the duel either, which probably didn't help. I know I wouldn't have there. If I'm looking at that situation as an outsider, I'm like, okay, macro's on the ground, LC's already half dead, there is no chance a duel comes out here. Would not have been on my mind. Dusty's Battle Fury timing is really falling apart at this point, by the way. You predicted 14
18.
minutes earlier, and now it's looking more like, yeah, like 18.
Well, he's mostly been jungling, which is.
He's mostly been
kind of the
jungling
issue
and has
in this
also been
game,
partially dying, which doesn't help.
which is necessary, by the way. I'm not like blaming him because
Yeah.
like he can't show in a lane. There's a storm, there's a spirit breaker, like there's a hoodwink. They can be running around in the trees. It's like a terrible game to show in lane.
Yeah.
Radiant's middle tower
Once again,
is
gonna
under
start
attack.
the fun out here on the Legion Commander.
Oh my
Silence
god!
goes out on
it's
perhaps
dead.
the wrong target.
Whining now.
Man, that looked like he was about to try and duel somebody before he went down. That would have been a very bad idea. Poor Maniac feels like a melee creep. It's 15 minutes, so there's been a 1 duel win, and it wasn't even LC.
Dire's bottom tower is
Yeah, it
under
was
attack.
Darkseer. Unfortunate.
Darkseer, by the way, about halfway to his Grease at this point. Well, really about halfway to his Mech at this point, more accurately. But he's also got the arc, so you know how it goes.
See, Dusty shows in a lane. Look what happens immediately. It's
In
like
fairness,
impossible.
It's not like anything is going to happen because of this. Okay,
You say
Darkseer is
that.
here, so no. Nothing's
Okay,
going to
it's
happen because of
TP.
this. Rainbow
It would
TP's
have
coming out.
happened. But yeah, GP stopped it.
No T1 bot actually means this is kind of a turnaround point, perhaps. Though the Roxy team is convalescing on this spot. Pudge still has his shield rune up, which might turn things around if we don't have the same situation as last time where everyone dies before he can do anything.
Dire's middle tower
Black
is
Otter
under
just like
attack.
faked putting a ward down and Barrel Rider bought it. Black Otter is ready to go and nobody else on his team wants anything to do with this.
Oh
Okay, really big wall. Vacuum here gets everybody right in the line of fire of Drow Ranger, who just tears his team to shreds. Spearbreaker is going to die for this, but who cares? Notably, I don't know if you noticed there, but Dusty was actually trying to do a camp in the background. Adam jumped on him to the point where he immediately just fled, which was actually a really big deal if Anti-Mage stuck around. You know, it didn't kill him, there was no hope he dies, but if he stuck around, if he didn't get kind of routed there, then a single Mana Void could have turned a lot of guys into goo. So, good spotting out there on the part of
yeah,
Adam.
he zips through the entire team to get him too.
Yep.
So definitely knows what he's doing.
All balls there.
He also has 3 swords in his inventory. He's very loves weapons.
It's true. Do you think anybody would have looked at this lineup and expected that a team fight that happened at around 17 minutes, the Drow Ranger was going to do the majority of the damage?
Zip.
In a way, it makes sense because Anti-Mage takes longer to come online than Drow Ranger.
It's true. I mean, in a way, it makes sense because they played that fight really well. Just the vacuum. I don't even know what a dracume is. Maybe that's how a vampire cleans up.
The Drow vacuum.
Yeah, the Drow vacuum, right in front of Drow.
Are scanning.
Cleans up very well there. Dire scanning Roche out, assuming that there's going to be some interest in doing it. Answer is no. Answer is instead, oh hey, Anti-Mage walked under this random ward that we have here.
God.
Are you even trying? Magic is
Yeah,
an
Paige has put that ward down.
She
But-
wards there because she's aware that this is the only place Dusty's allowed to be on the map without being seen. So she's like, you know what, I'm gonna make you sure you're seen there.
Now the good news is that Paige has put that ward down. The bad news is that she's sitting there without a level 10. There we go. Finally leveled something up. Both teams going for T2s here.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Wonder how much gold has changed, Chance. The answer is 485, and Anti-Mage lost another 166. So let's say 600 bucks. 650. Just changed Chance right into Adam's pocket, who so far, like I said, has been just ruling the roost in this game. Feels like whatever Adam's wanted done so far in this match has been done.
Yeah, with something Adam wants done.
Adam wants
Bliss.
Adam wants Bliss done with being in this game. Okay, this is very compromising, but they can't follow it up. They have too little manpower here. The risk is too great.
Yeah.
A good idea from the Barrel Rider there. Good idea from the Grimstroke to tie that up, throw things in. And good hook from Vex also made sure that the hero's kill did not turn into anything more. He did just take up his Zags. Of course, this Zags is a shadow of what it used to be. So it's not going to be quite as decisive as it once was. Storm Spirit Invis here. Dire, the Dusty lineup, is saying it's Tormentor time. It's certainly not a bad idea. Nobody on the Radiance even thinking about doing something about this. No, they silenced the Tormentor. Now it can't speak. And you get a free shard for the Grimstroke, which is going to make his ink swell cooler. It's actually not bad here. Of course, the Dusty team does immediately realize what's going on here. And Maniac is going to just walk right into these guys and just get annihilated alongside the Grimstroke.
Okay, yeah.
2 die for that. Very short order. And that clears out the road to this T2 mid.
Dire's structures are fortified.
I gotta say, this seems like this should have been a much worse game so far for Drow than it has been. They've been doing a really good job. I think they've been very conscious about how hard of a game this is for Drow, and they've been playing very carefully around it in a good way. You know, sometimes, I've said before, there are some games in the LE2 that are lost because one team exercised too much caution. This is not one of these games. Them being very cautious about making sure Roxy is in very good positions before anything happens.
Part of it is also that Pudge and Legion kind of both got wrecked in lane really
also
hard.
true. Yeah.
So, I don't know.
Well, I mean,
like,
if
that's
you...
like 2 of the big shot counters in that team, and they're not going to be useful.
If you look at how team fights have been going down, basically, the way almost all of them have started has been that Drow is in the back. There's at least 2 heroes between Drow and any enemy, and that anti-mage, who is the most able to close the gap, is accounted for. Pudge is dealt with. They've been doing a very good job keeping the Drow alive. Now they're going to do their own Tormentor.
Good for them. And they get a useless Spurtbreaker shard, right?
Awesome.
Praise the moon of Maine. Praise the moon
Oh, that is too
Praise
good.
the moon of Mane, indeed.
The moon has been praised. Sorry about that, everybody.
Scanning.
Yeah, sorry about the moon praising.
Yes, of course.
Our deepest apologies.
Though I will say, the sudden dramatic slowing down of the game definitely does favor Dire here. Anti-Mage has had some room to breathe and has been slowly climbing up this net worth chart at this point. And nobody else has really been getting all that much. But the Anti-Mage starting to approach the top of the charts. Like, if Anti-Mage hits the top of the charts in this game, it's really hard to see how the enemy team wins. It's really hard to see how the Roxy lineup wins. Like, once he gets to the point where he's not just dying very quickly, fight over fight, it gets so much harder all of a sudden. I like the Darkseer using his skill to just clear the creeps while still smoked out here. The mysterious disappearance of the creep wave.
Yeah, it's like there's a PA there, you know?
Yeah. Trying very hard to find the Dire. What they don't know is that the Dire is just on their side of the map.
But
They didn't know because they saw Vex and creeps bottom. They just saw it, maybe, I don't know.
Thought he was alone,
I
perhaps.
thought Dusty was here. That's just why they were doing this, but he
Yeah,
was
most
not.
likely,
He was,
yep.
he was with his friends.
Radiant's still taking over the top part of this map, but still just finding nobody. They're so desperate for somebody to be here, but they're just as far from this place as possible. This is very awkward. It really is just as simple as learned behavior at this point, I guess. Nothing else, Roche has just shown up here, so they've got a very free objective. Unfortunately, this is not the best Roche lineup. Drow absolutely has to be here. Drow has Lincolns, by the way. It's a very good Lincoln's game, as illustrated earlier, so this is not by any means a bad idea.
I mean, I would rather somebody else play it, logically.
Stick it on her? Yeah.
Because, like,
The thing is that there's definitely going to be scenarios where it's like, you know, if you build the Lincolns on, like, Hoodwink, and the fight starts with Hoodwink getting hooked and immediately just annihilated, then that's not too good, you know? It's not what you want. Oh my god, look at this super ball.
He's got a regen rune, what an animal.
Bowled right over. Anti-Mage finally walked to this part of the map that they completely have on lockdown. Just regrets it instantly. Like a clickbait YouTube video.
Good uphill.
Yep.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
There's not much of a defensive effort being made for this so far.
Dire structures are
Spear Breaker does get hit here. Okay. Got a duel out on the Maniac.
Had a pretty big duel.
Storm Spirit.
I know.
They are going to they're going to take his Aegis here.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
It's probably okay. They're still definitively going to get this T3.
You don't have enough to kill a storm in a 1v5 duel when he's in your base. Unfortunate. This might be slightly awkward. It's not awkward.
No,
They're
no
just getting
awkwardness here
murdered
at all.
from base. My god. Call it, guys.
Yeah, call it Geist.
Call it, guys. It's Vex is tagging.
True.
See?
Dire's top tower.
Oh, Dusty. Oh, Dusty goes in deep here. Gets punched. The normal punch
dead.
comes out. He's so dead. Holy crap. Yeah, this is over.
Call it, guys. Call it, guys.
Youch. That was, I believe, our normal punch reveal. I've not seen it up to that point.
Dire's middle tower is
Did
under
not
attack.
instantly expect it, I gotta be honest. Fudge is missing.
Dire's
Fudge is
structures
here.
are
Gets the
fortified.
last person he could have ever wanted, though.
Yeah.
Trying to figure out how he got. I guess the Gus hit him. Just their edge of the range.
Dire's middle barracks are under attack.
Wow, 5-man overwhelming odds.
True.
Too good.
Okay, they do get the Spear Breaker at least.
Oh, okay. Lex is not gonna call it. He's gonna
Yeah, the only
call
thing
for
he's gonna
Roxy
call
head.
for, yeah, gonna call for kills.
Oh, almost.
They're gonna at least take Hoodwink as compens and finally get a dual win for the Legion Commander here. I was about to say a second dual win, that's the first.
One duel in, yeah.
That's pretty good. They protected their melee racks there, which is the most crucial part of that. We're definitely gonna need to replicate it. Pudge just picking out the Spirit Breaker is definitely good there. They have not the best responses to that. If he's at like close to max hook range, it's either Spirit Breaker just kind of instantly dies, or somebody has to commit to getting rid of him. Neither of those are very appealing.
And bouncing around. He's lacking mana.
Yeah, he can no longer follow up on this. Okay,
Fuck.
this is good. This is so good.
Oh
Normal punch
my.
on the Pudge.
Many graves.
And right when it looks like maybe the turns will be tabled.
They
Dire's
push too
bottom
far,
tower
and
is
then
under
the enemy's timers are down. They die.
And indeed, the fakes of LC do not inherit her dual damage. So there you go. Slightly sad. Expected outcome, but slightly sad.
Can't believe they won't get that plus 20 damage. What
Yeah, I
can you
know.
do?
Instead, they'll just have to make do with the mid racks.
Dire's middle barracks has fallen.
Unfortunately, they don't even have a T1 in the other lane.
Fucking Lamau.
Well, they haven't been down here literally the entire game, so not too surprising. It's okay, Diva D will put it. Nope, never mind. He's just going to run right past the tower and beat the creeps, even though this tower has like 200 HP.
Dire's bottom
Diva just
tower
hit it.
You wanted that.
There we go. You even get
Dire's bottom
Celeste.
tower has fallen.
Ooh, that's a really good. It's a really
Whoa,
good start.
oh no.
Oh man,
The
black hole!
Black hole!
Holy crap! Again, I believe reveal there. Reveal of the Storm Axe.
He's gonna get another one.
Oh man.
Oh my
Yeah,
god,
this
he doesn't
is-
even need another one.
Call it Vex, good god.
Adam just fucking slapped those guys. My god.
I was gonna say you blew it in stereo.
Dire's bottom tower has fallen.
Dusty had to stay up until 3 AM to play this game.
bottom tower is under
Yeah,
attack.
I guess so. Yeah.
Dire's bottom barracks
Oh
are
man,
under
that
attack.
fucking vortex is clean.
Yeah, that was super
Dire's
good.
bottom barracks has fallen.
I didn't really consider the personal chemistry the Darkseer and the Storm Spirit had when I said earlier, but I think the prediction did come to light. It's like, Drow definitely gave it her all this game. Roxyroro, this is easily his best performance this season. It's not even close. He did a really good job, even with the downsides he had, trying to get something done here. And to that end, okay, another lost goal, very sad. And to that end, definitely had a very strong performance, but Storm Spirit, oh man. The
Give
Storm
him the
Spirit,
rampage!
come on, Barrel.
No, he's a
Nope. Damn, they're
Oh,
throwing the bodies out here. Everyone's buying back.
almost, guys, almost.
Okay. Yeah, this is actually really
Dire's
bad.
ancient is under attack.
No, never mind. Actually.
Rampage!
Oh my god.
It's a rampage in our hearts, so.
Dire's ancient is under attack.
Adam says, please.
Radiant victory.
No G's are
Okay.
called. Ancient goes down. Vex says, oopsie. Roxyroro team chalks a clean W with no asterisk on it. You know, so far, the positive fortunes of the Roxyroro lineup have had a few asterisks on top. This time it definitely came out all well for themselves. Definitely one of the best Adam performances we've seen in a while. You know, the only thing that it looked like could be that bad for this Storm game, you know, the anti-mage and the duel. The Legion Commander was very obviously not a comfort pick, and it was just so far off. She was just so far off the board here. Like, she basically had no impact. The most impact, like the 10 duel damage she gave to Darkseer at the top of the game did more than the LC this game. The anti-mage definitely showed why Dusty is not a pause 1 player here, as he definitely just felt like he was in the corner, just constantly getting hounded. They did a very good job keeping him down. The Vex Pudge, just completely backfired on them here. It's just, this hero, I guess, is currently weak enough that a bad lane can just turn you into just a bad game. Nothing happens for him here.
Yes.
And though the support line was trying their best, the ability for Storm Spirit and Darkseer to just cause as much havoc as they wanted with very little reprieve, as well as some definitely good moments from the rest of the lineup. Yeah, definitely just feels like the Roxyroro team just had it all this game. Like, everything this team has been lacking in the past, it just suddenly just whoop, it just came right out here. The only downside is that Paige has spent so much time with her skills unleveled. So if you see Pages anytime soon, remind her to skill her skills. Of course, with that all being said, if you or somebody you know wants to learn Dota 2 at a casual or more competitive level, go to ld2l.gg to sign up today. It's too late to get into this season, but there's like 9 million stand-ins this week. We could always use more. Just follow that nice Discord link. You'll show up right where you want to be. There is queues popping all the time. In-houses might start again next season. You never know. It's going to be crazy. And, yeah. We'll see you next time with whoever posts the first IDs in my little thread thing.